Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्. In test matches, there are two innings. In the first inning, they play very little slow. But in the second innings, they have to go a little fast. So yesterday we started to go a little fast. Today I have to score some 4s and 6s. Otherwise the test match will not end, Anyway, so yesterday we saw the verse number 20 in second section of the second chapter of the first section. Neither the Atma is hanta, hantru, na hanyate. Hata na bhavati, hanta na bhavati. Neither it's a killer nor it is killed. Nayam hanti na hanyate. Hanta chen manyate hantum. Hatasched manyate hataham. Ubhautau na vijanitaha nayam hanti na hanyate. It is to say, it is neither engaged in an action as an actor, nor it is a victim of an action. When we understand this, only we realize that even though it is present in all of us equally, but we come to recognize it only as an external form, and therefore, if it is in a smaller form, in a miniature small ant, we say it is a chota atma. And in a huge dinosaurus, bada wala. It is not so. Anoho aniyan mahato mahiyan. Atmasya janto nihito guhayam tamakratuhu pashyati vita shokaha jadu prasadat mahimanam atmanaha. Anoho aniyan. It is the smaller than the smallest, which means that which is smaller than the smallest, what is its form? Think about the smallest possible thing. It is smaller than that. So under the microscope, you look at a small little bacterial or anything that whatever human being can comprehend as the little tiniest thing, tinier than that. Meaning cannot be comprehended. In the huge thing, it is bigger than that. That also cannot be comprehended. It is incomprehensible in terms of any form. That's what it means. Whatever you can see as the little-most, littler than that. And whatever you can see the biggest, bigger than that. Which means it has absolutely no dimension in terms of akar. And where is it? Nihito guhayam. Atma asya jantoho nihitaha. Guhayam nihitaha. Buddhau ityartaha. In the buddhi, in our own presence, in our own consciousness as consciousness, in our own buddhi as the consciousness, it is present. Jantoho guhayam nihitaha. Asya atma. And who can see that? Akraduhu nishkamaha. Akamaha. Akraduhu means one who is desireless alone is capable of even focusing on that. Our mind is so preoccupied with all the desires, even if we even attempt, our mind will deviate to something else. Our mind is so preoccupied with what we seek, and even when somebody meditates, at the end of, what am I going to get at the end of meditation? Swamiji, I am doing meditation, but what is at the end of it? Dhyanasya phalam ichanti. Even the result of dhyanam also one has a desire. When I was studying in Sandipani, there was a boy who will shave daily. And he will put lot of things on them. So, and he will ask everybody, how am I looking today? So we say, it is good, nice. One day he came to me and said, today I did 1 hour of meditation. How do I look? Just to tease him. Wow, see that Prakash. Wow, great, indeed. And I called everybody just to praise him, hype him up. So he was very, hyped up. Then he went to our Acharya. How am I looking? Very bad. You look so tired. So even the dhyana phalam is also icha only. Akraduhu means nishkama. Dhyanasya phalamapi na ichchati. Saha eva pashyati. And that is why, how does one then see dhatu prasadat, indriya prasadat? By the quietening of the senses. What does he say? Atmanaha mahimanam, the greatness of the self, the joy of the self, the beauty of the self, and such a person becomes vita shokaha. He is devoid of any further sorrow. Means, as Buddha would say, sorrows in life cannot be avoided, but suffering is optional. That he clearly sees. As a sadhaka, he will not be affected by that. By a mukta, he doesn't even have that. That's why in Manisha Panchagam also it is said, Jagrat swapna sushuptushis sudatara yasam vidujrumbade. That which is there present in Jagna, Swapna, Sushuptishu, Jagradavastayam, Swapnavastayam, meaning in the waking state, dream state, and also in sleep state, ya samvit, that which consciousness, ujrumbade, throbs, Jagat Sakshini, the one which is a perceiver of the whole world, ya pipilika anta tanushu prota Jagat Sakshini. It is that which is present in the Brahma onwards up to a little ant. Sa eva aham, that alone am I, nacha drishya vastu, not the perceived the thing. Iti yasya drida prajna, one who has this firm conviction, chandalaha astu, dvijaha astu, guruhu eva saha, iti me manisha. This is my conviction. Such a person alone is true teacher. So here, another beautiful dimension is given in the next verse. It is said that Atmaha jantoho nihitaha. It is present in ourselves. We ourselves can realize this by just making our attention towards ourselves. In the next verse, beautifully it is said, Asino duram brajati Shayano yati sarvataha Kastam madamadam devam Madanyo jnatum arhati. I purposely changed the sign, that's why you will pay attention. Asina, baite hue bhi, while sitting also. Duram rajati, duram gacchati. बैठे हुए यहाँ पर बैठे हुए भी बहुत दूर जाता है. What meaning what? Where are you right now? समझिए यहाँ है, यहाँ हूँ. If I ask you, are you there? If you hear, you are here. If you don't hear, you are not here. What? That means you are not here. You don't hear. Is it not true that when we are sitting here, our mind goes all over the place? One family was driving in a car, and then young boy was asking the mother, and he looked outside the window, where does this road go? So the mother was driving and she was not ready to answer. And the boy insisted asking that, where does the road go? Where does the road go? So the fellow traveler, that is a teenage boy, who took out his thing. Road doesn't go anywhere, we only go. Which is the right answer. Correct or not? Well, does the road go anywhere? Okay, why I am giving this example is, asinaha duram rajati, when it is said, if you say, I am looking at yonder, there is a beautiful mountain there, I am seeing it, my eyes went there. Did it? Did it go? Did the eyes go there? In a way it is, in a way it is not. My eyes gone there. Meaning what? Your eyes did not go here, anywhere. Eyes are here only. Where, what went? Your attention went there. Your mind went there. Is it not true? Vada is being prepared. Nose went there. You are sitting there, your ears are listening to me. Is it coming to me? Your ears are where it is only. The best example is eye only, because ears, at least the sound is reaching your ears. But eyes are not going anywhere. It is there, but the mind has comprehended the form. Road is not going anywhere. In the road we go. Correct? So, asinaha, seated, duram rajati means what? It is, while here in the physical body itself, it is moving about everywhere, jagrada avasthayam, swapna avasthayam cha. In the state of waking as well as in the state of dream, it is the mind that is using the senses, or by itself in the dream state, is going everywhere. And it can go only in the presence or with the help of the consciousness. So, it is, in other words, conditioned. Yesterday also we saw, the conditioned consciousness acting as a thought is the one which is traveling. Asino duram brajati. In this particular verse, what is being stated is apparent contradiction of the Atma Tattva. In Ishavasya Upanishad also it is said that tad ejati, tad na ejati, tad dure, tad vantike, tad antarasya sarvasya, tad sarvasyasya bahyata. It goes, it doesn't go, it is here, it is not here, it is outside, it is inside. Are you confused? It is not confusion, because no definition is possible. Upadi sahitena duram rajati, upadi vihitena atra eva tishtati. With the upadi it goes. Upadi vina, without the upadis. So here, asino duram rajati. In the state of waking and dream, it apparently is moving about here and there. Shayanaha. Shayana means shushupti avasthayam. What happens? Sarvatahayati. It goes everywhere. What does it mean? See, in the state of waking and dream, where most of us are in, we use the sense organs to comprehend the world, seeing, hearing, etc. Or the same comprehended knowledge is only being chewed upon in the state of dream. In the state of deep sleep, where the mind and the senses have no particular experience, where there is no vishesha jnanam nasti, samanya jnanam eva asti. Meaning, it is, but at the same time, it is not engaging in any particular process of experience. So, it is a question raised, in sushupti, in the state of sleep, ज्ञान है या नहीं है? Is there jnana bhav or jnana abhav? Knowledge is or knowledge is not. Awareness is and awareness is not. If awareness is not, then you will never know that you slept. If awareness is the way we are in the state of waking dream, then it must be experiencing the world. Correct? So it is stated that in the state of a deep sleep, vishesha jnanam nasti, samanya jnanam asti. It is not particularly engaging in any pursuit or through the senses and the mind and the intellect, etc. But it is present in general. In that, what happens is, presently when we are engaging the consciousness through eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, mind, etc., it is having a particular specified conditioned experiences. When these things are absent, it is sarvavyapi. It's all pervading. It is like this, when the sunlight is there everywhere, and inside your own room, there is a small hole through which the sunlight is coming, and that is also sunlight only, and that is specifically conditioned by the aperture, and therefore the light is of a particular nature. That is also sunlight. Then when you come out, what is the nature of the light? Is it having any particular demarcation from here to there only? What is its nature? Sarvavyapi. That is why here sushupti avasthayam shayano sarvatah yati. It is spread everywhere. Asino duram brajati shayano yadi sarvatah. And tam, that one, mada amadam. Mada madam. Madam means upadi sahitam, it is enjoyer. Upadi vina na enjoyer. Madam amadam. Madam here means the enjoyership is there, relishing everything. At the same time, it is not the relisher of anything. This will be taken up a little later in our next section. It is both enjoyer with respect to the objects or through the senses. At the same time, it is not the enjoyer also. Kasya mada amadam devam. This deity within, Swayam Jyoti Swarupatva Deva iti katyate. It is of the nature of self-resplendent. Tam devam mad anyaha, than me. Here the Yama says, other than me, who knows? Jnatum arhati. Mad anyaha, here where the Yama says, other than me, he doesn't mean me the Yama. Me the one who has realized the self, other than me, anybody, who else will know it? In other words, who knows you? Tell me. Can anybody say, I know you? They know me the way I made myself known. Do you know me? Yes. You know me to the extent I made you know. Oh, I have seen your Facebook. Okay. I have seen your Twitter. Okay. I have seen your Instagram. Okay. I know your biography as I have presented to you only. You don't know anything other than me. So, who knows me then? Other than me? Thank God. Other than me, nobody knows really me. Here when the Yama says, who knows me? Meaning, who else will know the self other than itself? Even as an individual, nobody can know me. This is subtler than that. That self cannot be known by anybody else. Its original nature is incomprehensible. And that's why next to earlier was also what he said, only by its own blessing only we will come to know. There is no Purusha Prayatna possible. Here there is only Vastu Tattvam na Purusha Tattvam. Purusha Prayatnena na Siddhyate. Vastu Prasadad eva prapyate. That is why here, kaha jnatum arhati. Now you see, one Mahatma was there, and he went and asked another person and told him, मैं ब्रह्म हूँ. I am Brahman. आप कौन है? So the other person, मैं मनुष्य हूँ. I am Manushya, I am a man, मैं ब्रह्म हूँ. So that fellow got little offended. I am a man. How can you say you are Brahman? So the other person asked, you said you are a man, right? Yes. But are you not a Hindu? He said, I am a Hindu. So you are a Hindu or Manushya? I am a man who has taken to a particular identification called a Hindu. So in other words, Hindutva is a superimposition on Manushyatva. Is it not? If I change my faith, then I will become a Christian. So then that superimposition changed. I have superimposed the qualities of a Hindu on a Manushya. जिसका हंसना बंद हो गया, वो husband हो गया. So husband is a chaya, it's a adhyasa on a man, a happy man. Somebody had blessed him to become unhappy. So that become unhappy individual. There is no, it's called oxymoron, no? Happy husband. It's an oxymoron. Anyway, so here, see, Manushya and Hindu. So Hindutva, Hindu idea is it's called adhyasa. It has been superimposed on the substratum called Manushya. So that's why he said, so Hindutva is something I superimposed upon myself as a Manushya. Then he said, actually, Manushya is also superimposed upon Brahman. You are also Brahman only. But that Manushyatva is superimposed on you. You have superimposed it yourself. Just like I am not seeing the rope and I am seeing it as a snake, and that superimposition of the snake will be gone only when I realize it is a rope. Until then, I treat it only as a snake. In the same way, I treat myself as an individual suffering jiva until I realize my Brahmatva. And then we realize that was a superimposition. That was an unnecessary imagination upon my own being. Having said this, in this physical body itself, it is said to be present, right? In the previous, Atma Syajanto Nihito Guhayam, and that is continued here. Ashariram Sharireshu Anavasteshvavastitam Mahantam Vibhumatmanam Matva dhiro na shochati. There it is said, Vita shokaha. Is it not? The previous verse, what did he say? That such an individual become devoid of tamakraduhu pashyati vita shokaha, devoid of sorrow. That is explained here. How we become matva na dhiraha na shochati, how he will become devoid of that sorrow. Sharireshu ashariram. In the bodies, plural. Sharireshu, in the body is plural. Ekam ashariram. One is which is not sharira. Here itself it is proved that in the many it is a one which is not that, which is present in that. Sharireshu, in the bodies, bodiless is that. See, the very word sharira means shiryate idi sharira. Shiryate means that which is subject to constant change and decay. Shirnam gacchati idi shariraha. You all know this physical body, Swamiji. Until last year I was so hell and arty. Nowadays I can't do anything. जीर्ण हो रहा है, जीर्ण, शीर्णम. Very weak nowadays. That is the nature of the body. And this physical body will definitely, it's like a cloth, as it is said in Gita also. Vasamsi jirnani yata vihaya navani grihnadi naroparani tata jirnani sharirani vihaya Anya nigrihnadi navani dehi. Right? Ani has come, nothing to do with Sindhis. But here, Sarirani, meaning leaving aside like the vastra that you wear, masamsi jirnani. When the clothing is becoming worn out, you take another one. Which means this physical body is what? Is something which is we are wearing as a garb, external garb. In that, do you say, when I remove the coat, I don't exist? Similarly, the physical body is an external form, ashariram sharireshu. That which is within as the presence, even as the physical body apparently is covering it. Ashariram sharireshu. Anavasteshu, in the impermanent. Avastha means state. Anavastha means not per state, not in permanent state. In that, avastitam, that which is permanent in the impermanence, nitya in the anitya. Anavasteshavastitam, mahantam vibhum atmanam, that which is mahantam, maha-antam, the final end, ultimate, vibhum, sarvavyapakam, atmanam, oneself. Echapnodi yadadatte echati vishayaniha. That which is that which is adatte apnodi atti. Vishayan. The definition of Atma is beautifully given in one place. Echadatte, echapnodi yadadatte, echati vishayaniha, echasya santato bhavaha, tasmat Atma iti katyate. The definition of Atma. That which is, Atman is what? Oh, in English it is Atman. It's not Atman, Atwoman, and everything also. In three conditions of our experiences, it goes through three different experiences. Vishayan, what does it do? In the waking state, Atti, experiences. Atti means enjoys. Adatte, in the state of dream, it takes it in and experiences it. Apnodi, it prapnodi, it takes and dissolves in itself in the state of sleep. Echapnodi yadadatte, echati vishayaniha. And that's why reason why it is said, Echa asya, that which has santato bhavaha, sad bhavaha, constant being. Tasmat Atma iti katyate. Therefore, it is called Atman. Atman is that which during the waking state it enjoys. During the state of dream, it takes it in and dwells with that. In the state of deep sleep, it dissolves it. And which is constantly present, experiencing all that, yet different from it. That is called Atman. So, Mahantam Vibhum, that which is Sarvavyapakam Atmanam Matva, knowing that to be oneself, Dhiraha na shochati. The hallmark of a Dhira is no sorrow. If I say that a person is a Mahatma, is crying all the time, crying and complaining, and then his knowledge is ठीक नहीं है, पक्का नहीं है. Tuck, 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 if you say it, start of sound comes. That means पक्का नहीं है. See, it is interesting. You know, in a tree, when there are many fruits are there, if it is ripe, what will happen? It will fall by itself. You don't need to pluck, isn't it? Knowledge is like that. When a person gains the completeness of the knowledge, he will be released. He will not hold on to anything anymore. Just like a ripe fruit falls on its own. Otherwise, you plug it and keep it and then do all sort of things and artificially make it, because you have to transport it from somewhere to here and there. But when it is fully ripe, nobody can hold it. It will fall down. In the same way, a fully ripe knowledge is that which makes one naturally release oneself from all na shochati dhiraha. And thereafter he is completely detached from everything. Therefore, he cannot be a person of sorrow. So, sharireshu ashariram, anavasteshu avastitam, atmanam dhiraha matva na shochati. So, one may say, oh, Swamiji, I am a person who gave a lot of lectures, on Atman. So, I must be the one who, because I am talking about it every day, I think I realized. I have listened to this, Swamiji, I have listened to what? Gurudev also I have listened. What are you talking? Only Taponji is spared, but everybody else. बहुत सुना है, सुनने में नहीं होता है, प्रवचन करने में नहीं होता है, बहुत मालूम है. I have memorized all verses of Kathopanishad. नहीं होता है. So in the next verse he says, नायमात्मा प्रवचनेन लभ्यः न मेधया न बहुना श्रुतेन यमे वैष वृणुते तेन लभ्यः तस्यैष आत्मा विवृणुते तनुं स्वाम्. This comes in Mundakopanishad also. Ayamatma, this self, न प्रवचनेन लभ्यः, प्रवचन करने में नहीं होता है. बहुत प्रवचन किया है. प्रवचन माने क्या? What is प्रवचन? प्रकृष्ट उक्ति ही प्रवचनम. प्रकृष्ट उक्ति ही प्रकृष्ट वचनम. Prakrishta means what is real understood, that is explained, that is given out. Pravachanam means where an individual has contemplated upon that, thought about it, and then what he has understood or she has understood, that sharing is called pravachana. Vachana, vachana is conversation or dialogue. Pravachana is not a dialogue. Pravachana is a product of the dialogue that he had within himself. That's called mananam krutva eva. Achar karo, fir prachar karo. Without that achar, without conducting oneself in the process of learning and knowing, bejar ho jayega. Otherwise, achar nahi, achar. Na ayam atma. Ayam means this. This self, ayamatma means that very self which is within you. Think about it. Within me, what is there? I cannot know it. This is the strangest thing. Is if I don't know you, there is a possible reason because I have never met you, I never learned. Khud mujhe malum nahi. This is the greatest sorrow, isn't it? What we don't know is we. Can there be more tragedy than that? आप कौन है? मालूम नहीं है. जो मालूम है, what I understand is not me. That one must realize. What I know about me is not me. Then only you will have the inquisitiveness to know what really I am. That's what Ramana Maharshi asked. Who am I? What I think about, see, first is what others think about me is not me. That we should realize that. What we are so worried now is what others are thinking about me. Aapko, what is your opinion about me? What is your, if you ask 100 people, 50% will tell you something pleasant, rest of them will tell you, will make you miserable. So if you ask someone, what do you think about me? Actually, I don't want to tell you. But anyway, you ask, therefore I tell you. I think you are the most miserable person in this world. Better don't ask and become more miserable. See, one should stop worrying about what others think about oneself, first thing. Then only you will get shanti. But we are so worried about what others think about us. Second, what I am thinking about myself is also wrong. That is also equally wrong. So then who really I am? I am Atma pravachanena labhyaha. Pravachan karo. This is this beauty of Sanskrit is pravachanena labhyaha, na pravachanena labhyaha. Pravachane na labhyaha. Pravachanena labhyaha. In by talking you will not know. No, in talking also you don't know. And na medaya. Na medaya means, medha means, one meaning of medha is remembrance. Dharana Shakti. What you retain is called memory. You may listen so many things, but what you retain is what your knowledge is, right? Another medha means, another meaning in Sanskrit means to cut. Ashwamedha yajna. What does it mean? Where Ashwa is sacrificed. Meaning, medha is that, memory is that which will cut your intellect to make you realize what is to be remembered, leaving aside everything else. A true knowledge is that which destroys ignorance, correct? That is called medha. Which will destroy what is misunderstood, destroy the misunderstanding. That is medha. And even that intellectual knowledge, na medaya, meaning na buddhya, not by mere intellectual deliberation. Bahut I have listened so many. Na shravana, na shrutena, bahuna shrutena. By not listening too much, only ears will grow. So I have long, big ears. You see, I am listening a lot of things. Swamiji, when I go for a walk, an hour also, all the pravachan only I am listening to. You should not even touch that person, he will start talking. Because whatever he heard has to be given out somewhere. So, na medaya, na bahuna shrudena. Then, how is that then this Atman is experienced? Exclusively choose that only. Yam eva esha vrunate. Esha eva. This alone, he who, yam, that alone, yam eva esha vrunate. Eshaha purushaha. Eshaha atma eva yam vrunate. Yam, he whom, he who is the person who you exclusively vrunate, chooses, tasya, to that person, atma vivrunate. Vivrunate, tanum swam, swam tanum, one's own swarupam. It starts revealing its own nature. Vivrunate means niravaranam karoti. Niravaranam karoti. Avarana means cover. Niravaranam means it removes that avarana. Removes that misunderstanding. It is like, usual example that is given is that Shankaracharya also gives Swakantavaranam yata. See, it is not Atman is lost, it is forgotten. It is such as a person who is having a particular, particular what you call necklace or what, and he had a, what you call Rudraksha. Some people put a Rudraksha here with the golden cover. So when he slept, that Rudraksha, because it went, so when he got up, oh my God, what happened to the Rudraksha? Golden Rudraksha? Gone. All over he searched. Only finally somebody gave a hit and then it came down. It is not lost, it is forgotten. It is not clearly seen. In the same way, Atman is not lost. It is not lost anywhere. The revealing means what? One who has removed the delusion of misunderstanding, to him, tanum swam vivrunate. Swarupam darshayati. It shows its own nature. When it is there, when esha eva vrinate, choosing that exclusively. That's why when you say Moses is a chosen one, Christ is a chosen, they are not the chosen by the Lord, they chose the Lord. They chose the Lord exclusively. When you choose it, He will choose it. When we don't choose to that exclusively to pursue that, it will not be revealed to us. So every one of us have got the ability to realize the truth. Only thing is we have to exclusively choose it. So therefore, next verse, how to choose this exclusively. How to choose Atman as the only goal of life. Na virato duscharitat, na shanto na samahitah, na shantamanaso vapi, prajnanenainamapnuyat. First, there are four things said here. Duscharitat na aviratah. Viratah, ratah. Ramana means to enjoy, to revel. One who has not stopped enjoying the wrong actions. One who has not stopped enjoying duscharitat na aviratah. One who has not duscharitat aviratah. Aviratah means avoiding. One who has not yet avoided wrong way of living in this world. Number one. Na ashantah. One who has not gained the indriya uparamanam. Indriya loluptvam yasyasti. One who is still pursuing the demands and sensuousness of the senses. Na ashantah. Na asamahitah. Samahitah. Hitah means placed. Da hitah. Da to place. Hita means that which is placed. Samahitah, well placed. Na asamahitah. One who has not has placed his mind in concentration. Na ashantamanasah. Even as he placed his mind in concentration, one who is anxious about the result of that ekagrata to him. So, 4. To the person who has not stayed away from the wrong conduct. To the person who has not made his mind, senses quiet. The person who has not developed the ekagrata, one-pointed attention. The person who has not moved away from the result of the ekagrata also. Even if such a person has got prajnanam, knowledge, prajnanam na enam apniyat. Enam, this, even if he has knowledge, he will not get it. Prajnanena enam apniyat. Prajnanena na apniyat. He will not, enam na apniyat. This he will not get. Who? So there are 4 things that are said to be indirectly to be done by us. This is a sadhana. What is a sadhana? First, when you know this is not the right way of living, if you don't stop it. So what is that to be said? Another word, stop knowingly making sins or committing sins. Duscharitat viratah bhava. Duscharitat viratah bhava. May you stay away from what is said to be the wrong way of living. In other words, give up the pride and kama, krodha and all those things which are with respect to the world outside. If somebody is insulting you by showing their ego, you don't need to retaliate with ego. That is duscharita. If somebody is trying to insult you with wrong words, you not reacting to that in the same way. If you do that, that is duscharita. If you try to do shortcuts to gain something out of everybody around you, That is duscharita. If you expect pride and honor and respect and other things from people for even things you don't do, that is duscharita. Duscharitat virataha bhava. Then, shantaha bhava, meaning, shanta here not the mind. Indriya loluptvam tyaja. Do not become the victim of the unruly, restless senses. Senses are always like that. They are meant to be like that. Chanchalam hi. The nature is chanchal. That is the second. Therefore, indriya loluptaha na bhava. Third, it is said, ekagrato bhava, samahito bhava. May your mind be kept in one place. Even the practice of japa is for that only. Japa is meant for keeping the mind in one place without being oscillated by anything else, external or internal. Keeping the mind engaged in one pointed attention. Samahito bhava. Shanta manasaha bhava, meaning ekagrata chintanasya phalam api na ichet. Even the result of that ekagrata, one pointed attention in the form of any other result of that also you don't become anxious about. Then only the buddhi will become quiet. Externally quiet, sense organs quiet, mind is quiet, buddhi is quiet. Then that knowledge will work. This next chapter is about that. Knowledge will not work if you don't do this. Prajnanena apniyat enam. So, the next verse is the last verse in this section, and he says, this Atman which he is explaining now so far, Yamaraj says, he gives a beautiful example for that. Let us read that. Yasya brahma cha shatram cha ubhe bhavata odanaha mrityur yasyopasechanam kaha itta veda yatra saha. Yasya Atmanaha, this self which we are talking about, to that Atman, Brahma means Brahmana, and Kshatriya, Kshatram cha, Ube, both of them, Odanaha Bhavataha. They both are Bhojanam. खा लेता है. वो आत्मा जो है वो खाती है. कौन खाता है? कौन से? What does it eat? Brahmana and Kshatriya will eat away. It's a very interesting way of putting it. Yasya mrityuhu upasechanam, chutney. For mrityu is a chutney. So Brahma, it's interesting how he puts it there. Gurudev says chutney banta hai. Mrityu has become chutney, meaning it's so insignificant. Yes, mrityuhu yasya upasechanam. Upasechanam, sich in Sanskrit means to sprinkle. Upasechanam, abhisheka, the word comes from the same root only. Abhishechanam, abhishekaha, abhishiktaha, abhishij. Shij is the root word. Sprinkling. And when you do continuous sprinkling, it's called abhisheka. So, therefore, for him, the Yama, the Lord of Death, is pickle. Which means what? Imagine, for Brahma, here Brahma and Kshatriya is what to be understood is prajna tata prana. Now, when you are all sitting there, आपको प्रज्ञा है अभी? है कि नहीं? If you don't answer, you don't have. Better answer. Are you aware? Are you all aware? Yes. तो प्रज्ञा है. प्राण है क्या नहीं? That also is there. Okay, thank God. at the waking stage, we have both prajna, the consciousness, awareness, and prana. Prana is that which is making our physical body engage and alive, which also actually enlivens our senses also. In the state of dream, yeah, prajna is not about the world, but prajna is still there. Awareness is still there, it's not about the world, and prana continues to be there, which you are also aware. But in the deep sleep state, what happens to us? Prajna nahi hai, prana hai. Right? You are not aware of what is going on around, but prana chal raha hai. Otherwise, you will not be alive. So, in waking state, prajna or prana, both are there. Prajna is about the world outside. In the state of dream, prajna continues, prana is also there. Prajna is about the dream experiences. In the state of deep sleep, prajna nahi hai, meaning awareness about outside things are not there, but prana continue to be there. In death, both prajna and prana chal raha hai. Both are gone. But when say both are gone, where they are gone? Yama, Kritantakaha. He takes away prajna aur prana. Even that Yama is consumed by Atman. So what do you think of him? Yasya mrityuhu upasechanam. Atman is that, to him, prajna, prana and Yama all have consumed into him. Meaning he is even beyond Yama. Itta, of this kind of one, evam, yatra saha veda kaha. He who knows about him. Yama himself said, he is beyond me. Who will know that person, that one? Meaning, it is such an incomprehensible presence where prana, prajna, Yama, everybody is consumed. Who knows? Who will ever know him? Meaning to say that how deep it is, how subtle it is. Even though Nachiketa has asked quickly and tell me about it, but he says, is it that easy to understand? That's why he was reluctant first. You may not understand. It requires very, very, very subtle intellect. Next to, it will come there. It is the end of the section, therefore, to be continued. It's like, when you have this, what do you call that? What do you call cartoons? To be continued. Idi Kathopanishadi Pradama Adhyaye Dvitiya Valli. Now, with section 3 or Tritiya Valli according to Gurudev in the first section, third chapter, or you can say third section here. Ritam pibantau sukrutasya loke guham pravishto parame parardhe chaya tabo brahma vido vadanti Panchagnayo ye cha trinachiketaha. It is interesting in this section, the opening verse is about the existence of Jiva, Atma and Paramatma in the same place. Because at the present moment, we think we are at the present moment as only the complex of mind, intellect, etc., as individual Jiva. And that's why we are different from each other. In the very place where Jivatma is present, in the very same place there is Paramatma also. It is beautifully put in Mundakopanishad as two birds in the same tree. So here it is given, Sukridasya Rudam, Sukridasya of the good deeds, Rudam Phalam. Sukridasya Phalam, Loke, Dehe, in the body, Pipantau. These two who are present in us as Jiva and Ishvara, both are enjoyers of the result of all actions. Guham pravishtau, into that very guha earlier mentioned, into that very guha, that is the very heart cave, pravishtau, parame parardhe, in that supreme parame parardhe, abode of Brahman. In the abode of Brahman, apparently there are two. Two of them, one is the enjoyer of the result of action, other one is the witness to it. Though it is said both are enjoyers, it is to say they are in the same place. That is how it is. As Shankaracharya explains, if there are a group of people walking and out of 10 people, 8 of them are carrying umbrellas, they'll say, the people who are carrying umbrellas are going. Not all of them. But since they are in the part of the same clan or group, we'll say all of them are chatraha gachanti, those who are having chatra going. But in the same way, even though present there, one is the enjoyer, karta or bhokta here another is karayita, one who is making the result possible to him. So apparently both are considered as the enjoyers. Purusha prakritisto hi bhunkte prakritijan gunan karanam guna sangosya sadasatyoni janmaso. Krishna also explains that Purushaha prakritistaha, staying in the body, enjoying the various experiences of the senses. So here the bhokta is jiva, abhokta is Ishvaraha. And that's why it is distinguished as chaya tapau. They are like chaya, the shadow, and tapaha, this light and darkness. There cannot be any shadow if there is no light. Right? In the same way, the Ishvaraha itself is the enlivener of the apparent enjoyer called Jiva, who is like a chaya. Chaya tapo brahmavido vadanti. They are like the shadow and the light as the men of knowledge know it. And which is to say that the one who is enjoying the result of action, as Sukrudasya is said before, meaning the Brahma, obtainment of Brahman is available to two sets of people. The one who is like a tapaha, like a light, having knowledge as the pursuit, and the another one who is performing rituals to reach Brahman. So one who is performing the upasana of Brahman and reaches there, he has krama mukti. Therefore, to him also it is available, but not immediately. So therefore, pancha agnayaha trinachiketaha ye. These people who are eligible to become Brahmajnanis are those who are performers of Pancha Agni and Nachiketa. And those who are worshippers of Brahman through a ritual. They are also equally eligible, but the distinction is one understands and realizes through Jnanam right now itself, another one through going to Brahmaloka, and at the end of Brahma's tenure, that one will become eligible. And it only to say that they become purified by this ritual. This Panchagni, it is said in our tradition, Garhapatya, Ahavaniya, Dakshinagni, Sabhya, and Avastamba. So Avasatya. So Garhapatya is Grihe. So in the house, in the past, every household was given a particular fire by the ancestors. And that has to be continued by the Grihastha by invoking it continuously every day. It should never be put off. And that very Agni, when it is used for performing any ritual, it becomes Ahavaniya, to be brought. Ahavanam is to bring it for the sake of rituals. And there is one Agni which you keep it as a witness, that's called Dakshina Agni, kept in the south side, as a witness to this ritual. Sabhya means then it is taken the very fire for an assembly of people, and Avasatya means that which is the same fire from where you take it for domestic use. For the cooking, etc. also, that fire is to be taken. So that taken is called avasatya, that is used for everyday cooking, etc. So those who are performers of the rituals also can become equally eligible for Brahma Jnanam, Brahma Prapti, not Brahma Jnanam, Brahma Prapti, but it is Krama Mukti. And for them it is said in the next verse, Yasse Durijananam Aksharam Brahma Yat Param Abhayam Tidishadam Param Nachiketam Shakemahi. For those people who are doing the ritual, Yaha Atma Setu. It's a bridge. For what? For whom? Ijananam. Ija means yajna. And those who are performers of yajna are alone can be called as yajamana. Yajaman is probably used in colloquially as any big person or any owner. But actually, yajamana means ijate yaha saha eva yajamana. Yajamana means one who is performer of any sacrifice. Ijananam yaha seduhu. For those who are performers of rituals, those Nachiketa fire, this is a setu. Bridge between what? What is the bridge? Towards Aksharam Brahmayat Param. Those who have realized that Aksharam Brahma is supreme, towards that I am traveling now, and this yajna that I am performing is a setu, is a bridge. And bridge for crossing what? Abhayam Tidishatam Param. Abhayam, towards reaching the state of fearlessness, Param Tidishatam. For those who are Param Samsaram. Titirshatam. Titirshatam Tirtum Icchantam. Titirshuhu means what? Tartum Ichchati Titirsha. Titirshuhu. Tartumicha Titirsha. Bhoktumicha. Those who Sanskrit people who should know. Bhoktumicha Bubutsa. Moktumicha Moksha. Bhoktumicha Bubuksha. So Tartumicha Titirsha. So Jnatumicha Jignasa. Anyway, desiderative. So here Abhayam Tidirshatam. Those who are wanting to cross the samsara, Nachiketam Shakemahi. We will become capable of performing this Nachiketa Agni, which will act as a bridge to cross over the samsara and reach Aksharam Brahma Paramam. Now this, therefore, to say even those who are performing the rituals are going to reach the same point, but not the way a jnani would do it. Now, therefore, each one of us in this present condition are all swamis. We are all swami of what? You know, in many states of India, a householder is called a swami only. Right? Grihastha is also swami. In local, in Tamil, they say, Swami enga? Swami is Swami. So we are all this is the beauty of Kathopanishad. It brings a picturization of who is the owner of this body. And based upon this picturization only, Bhagavad Gita's that entire setup is created. That Arjuna is the owner. Krishna is the driver. The chariot in which both of them are conversing with each other. While thus Krishna is teaching to Arjuna, he was holding the horses in his hand. Meaning, reins are in his hand, they are held, it is not started. He held in his hand, turning around and speaking to Arjuna. This picturization, Vyasa has got it from Kathopanishad. Now you see the next two verses. Atmanam ratinam vidhi shariram ratamevatu buddhim tu saratim vidhi mana pragrahamevacha indriyani hayanahu vishayansteshu gocharan आत्मेन्द्रियमनोयुक्तं भोक्तेत्याहुर्मनीषिणः. Oneself as the ratin. Ratin means ratam yasya iti ratin. One whose chariot is, chariot owner, rati, swami. Ratasya swami, ratin. Atmanam, one's own self, the soul, is the owner of this ratha, chariot. What is a chariot? Shariram. Body is the chariot. And this chariot cannot run without horses, right? But horses are there, but somebody must be driving the horses. Buddhim tu saratim vitti. Sarati kaun hai? Partha Sarati. That Sarati is buddhi, the intellect. And the one which is capable of doing the Viveka Rupa Buddhihi Sarati here. And the one which is between the Sarati and the horses, just like in a car, between the tires and the driver is the steering wheel. The four wheels will not be there unless there is a fifth wheel. The wheel which is, that is the manaha. Manaha pragraham. Pragraham, that ring is the, but who are the horses? Indriyani. Senses are the hayan. Ahuhu. Hayan, hi. So the horses are considered as the senses are the horses. Where do the senses go? On the Vishayan. Vishayan teshu gocharan. Gochara means the street, a marga. They are running on the world of objects. So picturization you see. Owner is you. Charioteer is the buddhi. Body is the chariot. The rein is the mind. Sense organs are the horses. The road is the world. Atma Indriya Mana Yuktam. The self, individual self associated with Mana and Indriya. Mind and the senses is called Bhokta. Yeah. Mind and the senses together makes you perceive, feel the objects and emotions. Buddhi also, when it is not properly informed, it becomes none other than the mind itself. Buddhi, when it is properly able to discriminate as what is right and wrong, then only it becomes Sarati. The driver is a driver only when he is capable of controlling this senses. If the senses are not controlled, buddhi is as good as the mind. Because mind's nature is sankalpa vikalpatmakam, unclear, doubtful, constant change, constantly fickle. Buddhi on the otherwise nischayatmika, drida swarupa, of the nature of determination. That's why when you see the youngsters, I'm not sure. Meaning what? Nahi hai. Thinking hai nahi hai. That's why they are fickle. The more fickle you eat, more fickle you become. And so on. I'm not sure. So, Atma Indriya Manoyuktam Bhokta. The enjoyer or the sufferer of this world is what? The individual self, when it is only Atma, enjoying only the body and the mind. Clear? Now, if the individual is not a man of knowledge, what happens to him versus a person who is a man of knowledge? Yastu vijnanavan bhavati ayuktena manasa sada tasyendriyanyavashyani दुष्टाश्वा इव सारथेः यस्तु विज्ञानवान् भवति युक्तेन मनसा सदा तस्येन्द्रियाणि वश्यानि सदश्वा इव सारथेः. Distinctly given here. Avijnanavan, aviveki, adiraha, ajnani, yaha, tu. He who, indeed, avijnanavan, not a man of correct understanding. And because of which, manaha ayuktena manasa, uncontrolled, agrihita manasa. Without the control of the mind, without controlling the mind, in other words, uncontrolled mind, sada, at all time, when what happens to tasya, to such a person, indriyani avashyani. Sense organs will not listen to him. First of all, he is aviveki. He has no control over the mind. Mind has no control over the senses. What happens? Then those horses become what? Dushta ashvaha. Apragrahita ashvaha. Apragrahita nindriyani. Swamiji, this is our biodata. This is what we are. I don't know where and all it goes, Swamiji, when I sit for meditation. Where and all the mind goes? Dushta ashvaha. Apragrahita manaha, apragrahitani indriyani, uncontrollable the senses. You want to see that more? Go to Disneyland, you will know that there. See that, that also, this also, popcorn, then samosa, and this. Where are you going there? Or go to any cruise ship. That's a wonderful thing. 24 hours ice cream, pizza, everything is available. No control. On the other hand, yahatu, next verse, yahatu vijnanavan. जो जिसको मालूम है, जिसको बुद्धि है, बुद्धि तो स्थित है, तिष्ठ है. Meaning, one whose mind is steady, bhavati, with manasa yuktena, yuktena manasa, with the mind which pragrahita manasa sada, such a person, tasya, to him, indriyani vashyani. His senses are under control. Sad ashva iva saratehe. Their horses are sad ashva, meaning sushtu ashvaha, those who listen to him because he held it correctly. The difference is very clear. One is where one aviveki with no control over the mind, no control over the senses. Then you cannot blame the horses. The horses are there, they will run. If the buddhi is clear, intellect is clear, then it means mind, he knows how to control that. Because of which sense organs are controlled. Because of which he can reach wherever he wants to go. That's why Gurudev says when you're driving a car, ask this question: are you driving the car or car is driving you? If car is driving you, then everybody should be away from your place. Continuing here, yastva vijnanavan bhavati amanaskas sada shuchihi nasatat padamapnoti samsaram chadigacchati yastu vijnanavan bhavati समनस्कः सदा शुचिः स तु तत्पदमाप्नोति यस्माद् भूयो न जायते. Similarly, avijnanavan yaha bhavati, one who is aviveki, amanaskaha, apragrihitaha, sada ashuchihi, always impure, agitated, disturbed, unhappy, disturbed in the sense turbulent mind. Mind is not at all under his control. Saha na tat padam apnodi. You will never reach there. He will never reach anywhere all the way. Wherever he wants to go, nothing will cooperate with him. What is the end result of that? Samsaram adhigachati. That's all it is. Samsar में डूबे हुआ है, डूब हुआ है, वो डूब जाए, completely sunk in samsari. So sorry, become very sorry about everything. Samsarin, one who is samyak sarati eva, continuously changing, and every change brings more and more sorrow. On the other hand, yahatu vijnanavan, viveki, dhiraha, bhavati, samanaskaha, along with his mind, sada shuchihi, ever alert, noble, conscious, concentrated, aware, alert. Gurudev is alert, vigilant. Saha tu tat padam apnodi. He indeed reached that abode from which yasmat na bhuyah jayate, will not come back. Punaravrittihi na bhavati, apunaravritti padam apnoti. That from which there is no return. Etgatva na nivartante aprapya manasasa. That which having gone to which there is no return, meaning they returnless. So, one more verse we'll see here. Vijnana saratiryastu mana pragrahavan naraha sodvana paramapnoti tat vishno paramam padam. Vijnana sarati, one whose intellect acting as a charioteer which is well informed. Manapragrahavan, with his mind is well under his control. Naraha, saha, advanaha, samsaraha param. Samsarasya param, advanaha param. The end of samsara, apnodi. He obtains the final end of samsara, and which is called Vishnu Paramam Padam, which is called Vishnu Padam. Vishnu Padam means, Vishnu here does not mean the Mahavishnu or anything. Vishnu here means Sarva Vyapaka Atma Ityartha. Vyapakatvad Vishnu iti katyate. Vishnu is because Sarva Vyapi. Tat Vishnu Paramam Padam. We chant also in this Vishnu Suktam. So, which is to say, there is more, that sadhana here was what? Therefore, Viveki Bhava. Make you clearly understand who is a Viveki. Yaha Janati Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivekaha. What is Nityam, what is Anitya? What is permanent, what is impermanent? What is real, what is unreal? What is true, what is false? What is Shreyas, what is Preyas? What is Punya, what is Papa? That clarity comes, then one is on the way. He will all the way to cross over the limits of samsara. We'll see more of it in the next session. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkhabhat bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.